So let's get to it. You ready?
I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we welcome a truly inspiring artist who has captivated audiences with her powerful voice and indomitable spirit. Tasha Page Lockhart is a multi-talented vocalist whose voice transcends boundaries and touches the depths of our souls. As the daughter of award-winning gospel singer Lisa Page Brooks and the granddaughter of Motown alumni Warren Harris, her roots in music run deep. It was on the grand stage of BET's Sunday Best that Tasha truly rose to prominence, emerging as the deserving winner of Season 6. Since her triumphant victory, Tasha has continued to shine brightly with the release of 2 albums, including her collaborative single, Beautiful Savior, reaching #1 on the Billboard charts, multiple stellar awards, and being named Female Vocalist of the Year at the UK Music Touch Awards not once but twice, has cemented her place as a true gospel powerhouse. Being featured in Ty Tribbett's Grammy-nominated project, All Things New, Tyler Perry's renowned production, Medea on the Run, and WeTV's reality series, Grown in Gospel, has allowed her to touch the hearts of countless through the power of her music and acting. Tasha has also made her mark as an author and podcast host. Her book, And the Winner Is, and her enlightening podcast, Not Just for Church Folk, both serve as a beacon of hope for others. Get ready to be moved, uplifted, and inspired as we delve into the incredible journey of this phenomenal woman, the award-winning gospel artist, Tasha Page Lockhart. Welcome to J. Clay's Music Box, where music meets inspiration.
Are you ready for one of the most exciting, fun, J. Clay's Music Box music shows? Network. Get ready. Fire. Let's go. Are you ready for? Get ready for. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen. Welcome to J. Clay's Music Box. This is a new move for me. I'm not normally the interview TV guy, but I'm having a good time doing this. And let's get right into this because I'm super excited because this is fam here. Like, our families are connected. Our multiple Stellar Award nominee and awards like crazy, but she is a huge supporter. She has been grinding for years and grinded her way up. If you watched this past Christmas, Kirk Franklin's Christmas movie, you saw her in it. Ty Tribbett's last album on the Anyhow reprise, she's killing it. I mean, there's so much. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to J. Clay's Music Box, Tasha Page Lockhart. What's up?
What up, though?
What's
cracking?
I gotta
come in off the rip, Detroit.
D-Town. I'm grateful. I'm just honored to have you, Tasha, and I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you.
I'm proud of you. Look at what you're doing. I mean, from songwriting to you've been directing choirs for years, and nobody can match your stage presence. I mean,
oh wow, thank you.
From songwriting to youth choirs to now you got your own show. Like, I'm so happy for you. I'm very happy.
Thank you so much. So look, let's go back. Let's tell them how you started.
Professionally, when I was 7 years old. Because I was always a little girl in the studio. Yeah. And they needed people to do commercials. So my mom and my dad would be in the studio working on like commission stuff, witness stuff.
Okay, stop real quick. Tell them who your mom or your dad is, so please.
Come on. So my mom was the lead singer, Witness. Her name is Lisa Page Brooks.
Clap your hands, all ye people, clap your hands. If you really want to.
Some people may not know that she's the voice on His Blood Still Works with Vashawn Mitchell.
Absolutely.
That is what I want you to do. When you put your hands together, the enemy gets confused. He says, why would you give God praise when I've done so much to ruin your day?
And then she had a song that went #1, and we take pride in saying this. She was the only person to kick Marvin Sapp off of #1 when we never would have made it. And he was on #1 for about a little bit over a year.
Yeah.
And Lord, I say thank you. Kick Marvin Sapp off #1. Thank you. Bless you, Bishop Sapp.
I remember.
So that's my mom.
Yeah.
And then 26 years ago, she married Bishop Michael Brooks. He wasn't a bishop then, but he's one of the founding members and wrote 80% of the hits for the group Commission.
Listen,
so,
royalty.
Absolutely.
Royalty.
So I was a little girl in the studio.
Yeah.
And some of y'all grew up on a lot of my commercials and jingles and didn't even know it was me. I'm about to give you 2 of them.
Okay.
America's best-selling minivan, Dodge Caravan.
That was you?
Yes, that was me.
What?
And then my other one was The United Way, the best way to care. That was me.
This show gonna go national and global because the nuggets that I've been getting on here, you don't get on a regular show. And this is because I actually have relationships with these people, and we've encouraged each other in times where we thought that we were forgot about. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And you know, my mom and her mom, they used to kick it. They was fam, sisters, they close, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they've never lost that, even still to this day. That's incredible. So let's talk about what was next after those commercials.
After those commercials, I actually thought I was going to be in the WNBA.
What?
I played basketball, middle school and high school. Yes, I was a #2. I was a shooting guard, and I was you could put. I studied Reggie Miller, so you could put me anywhere on that court, and I was gonna shoot. And I still got my jumper now.
That's tight.
Coming up next.
Okay, there's only 180 days of school. I had 98 absences in my first hour class.
What?
Yes.
How's that even possible?
My mother kept saying, but I'm dropping you off at school. And I was like, yep. And when you drop me off, I'm going out the back.
See, young people?
Just rebellious.
Just rebellious. You got to stop. Make sure you're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to do, because it'll come back to bite you.
Stay tuned, y'all. We'll be right back.
Watch. Kiss.
Did you know that the word alma mater comes from the Latin meaning nurturing mother? One of our primary objectives at Simmons College of Kentucky is to nurture late bloomers. So it doesn't matter if you struggle through high school just to graduate, or even if you earn your GED. We don't look at a student's past, we look at their potential. Simmons College of Kentucky, creating the next generation of thinkers.
Now, Tasha, talking about, the authenticity of your music and everything you've gone through, you've been very open in the past about your addiction to drugs, cocaine, and your troubled childhood that you had to go through. But a lot of people think you're a preacher's kid. So how could that be possible? What was it that led you down that dark path, and what was the turning point for you that brought you out?
Well, yeah, I am a preacher's kid. My parents have pastored for 17 years. And a lot of people think because who your parents are, who you're connected to, that you don't have struggles and you don't have issues and things that you go through in life. Well, experiencing molestation at a young age and being overdeveloped and having all of these attention from different men and not having questions and not knowing why. Like, why am I getting this attention, and this is supposed to be my uncle? Mm-hmm. And in my mind, all girls my age were going through that. I didn't know.
A lot of people think just because you see us on stages that we come from perfect households and backgrounds, but we had to go through a test to get to the testimony.
I've always said this, and I live by this, and I hope this helps someone that may be watching or listening. Every opportunity is an audition for the next. So that's how my life has been set up. None of this stuff was really like planned.
Here I am about 10, 11 years old. I was molested by my uncle and two family friends.
One was a woman and one was a man. People my parents trusted me with, they had no idea they were doing those things. And not understanding how to process it and dealing with that at a young age is difficult.
Not knowing who I am, having an identity crisis. Do I like men? Do I like women?
I saw other people try to come forward and then they didn't believe them.
You didn't believe her, you're not gonna believe me.
I don't want to be responsible for breaking the family up. I don't want to disappoint my grandmother. It's just so many dynamics to it.
Yeah.
And so I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything until I won Sunday best.
Like. That's crazy. You didn't tell nobody until Sunday's best. Wow.
I was 30 years old at that point.
Man.
I won Sunday best. I was 30 years old.
You never know what people are going through behind the scenes. That's why it's very, very important for you to be careful of how you judge somebody, because you don't know what it took or what it cost to get to that platform.
No, growing up in the church, therapy was not a good, there was not like a talked about thing. It was, you go to the altar, get hands laid on you, Jesus is gonna fix it.
So I held it for all those years.
And I was a child and not understanding how to process certain trauma in our lives. And so I turned to drugs.
A lot of people looked up to me. I was a role model to a lot of people. In our church, in our family, and at my school. I used to sing the national anthems at the games and then run in the locker room and change and suit up so I could come out and play, because I played basketball. I have a scholarship for basketball and a scholarship for concert choir.
And this is the thing about God. Because he's a man that he cannot lie, all of those things he promised you, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's going to happen. Those opportunities are going to come. Those phone calls are going to come. But this is the thing. If you're not ready, you will be exposed. My 12th grade year, hanging around the wrong crowd, dealing with a lot of depression, skipping school a lot.
Skipping school with the guy who got me hooked on pills. I ended up getting pregnant in my 12th grade year, destroyed both of my scholarships. Nobody knew about the molestation, so it was haunting me over and over.
Every now and then, I remember when I went out on my own, searching here and there for someone to care, feeling so all alone, but love did not come to an end. Your grace was greater than my sin. Thank you, Lord. Over and over.
Long story short, went on a whole thing of drug addiction. One thing led to another. Started with weed, went to ecstasy pills, Vicodins, Valiums, anything I can get my hand on. And then escalated to ultimately doing a 4-year cocaine addiction. So that all stemmed from being molested as a kid and not being able to tell nobody.
I find myself addicted to cocaine, living in abandoned buildings. My parents are pastors.
Wow.
And the whole time I was getting high, binging off cocaine 3-4 days, I was getting myself together just enough to get to church on Sundays, to direct the choir, sing praise and worship, play the drums, be in the kitchen cooking, everything that a PK would do in church.
See, I made some foolish mistakes.
That's the title of my next book. Is called Do the Work or Live Like a Fraud. That's it. And I had to realize, like, girl, you really know how to put yourself together real good to convince people that you got it all together. But there was so much internal work that I had failed to do. And when you don't do the internal work, everything is going to implode.
this right here is the honest to God truth, because we don't realize that there are things that we did not deal with on the inside of, or deal with the issues that they've been going through, so that you could be ready for those moments. Rewind this statement 1,000 times to get it in your head, please. That when those moments come, if you are not ready, it will explode.
Over and over again. My mother used to always tell me God don't have no grandchildren. And I used to be like, Mom, what does that mean? She said, that means you can't always get to him through me. You have to know who he is for yourself. Who was the one? This is when God became real to me. When I didn't know my name. I was 18 years old with a baby. I didn't have any other skills. All I could do was sing. I was singing at clubs and casinos, anywhere I could sing. I was singing at strip clubs. I was singing anywhere that I could get a microphone in my hand. And I saw this guy, he was like, he had some money. And because I had bought into the lies and bought into the deception of money, fast, drugs, all that whole lifestyle, I left with that man from that gas station.
We buy into that and we think we want that. We think we want the fast life, and then you get in situations where you got somebody that's looking at you, that's telling you you ain't special, you ain't nothing, you ain't, and you like, wait a minute, I thought this was, no, because you bought into the lie.
Yeah.
You bought into the lie, and then you bite off more than you can chew because you're not prepared for what all comes with that life. You want the fast life, you want the dope boys, you want all of that. But then when you start getting slapped around, because all those lifestyles come with characteristics.
Come on.
He put something in my liquor. The first time I opened my eyes, I was laying on the bed, being gang raped by 5 men. In that moment when I was laying on that bed, I didn't want them to kill me. I didn't know what they would do if I screamed. That's why you can't judge people and say, well, why didn't you stand up on these? Why didn't you run? Sometimes you freeze up. You don't know what to do. And so in that moment, I just began to think the name of Jesus over and over in my mind. And as I began to do that, it was like they saw something. They saw a ghost. They saw something in my face. They just started looking. They started getting scared. And they started running all around the room and grabbing their clothes and saying, we got to get her out of here. We got to get her out of here. That's how I got out of that room. I never even opened my mouth.
My breaking point was when I started to reach for substances before I started to pray. I know what it's like to have a nervous breakdown, like to look in the mirror and not recognize your own face. When I started losing myself, I didn't really want it for myself, but it was my 5-year-old son at the time. And my mother was threatening to take custody of him. And that was my breaking point. I was like, oh no, God trusts me with this little boy. He didn't ask to come here. I got to get myself together.
I believe the best thing that God ever gave me was a memory. Because I'm able to think back to what I used to be, who I used to be, and the mentality that I used to have. Jesus is. Jesus.
The first song that I put out, which was written by Kirk Franklin, is called Different. Different was my story in Kirk Franklin's words. Why Not Me is my story in my words. It's taking the power back from everybody that has abused you, misused you, mishandled you, didn't believe in you. It's taking the power back. I'm the perfect person to go through this storm. It won't break me, it won't kill me, I'll move on. Then I'll come out even better than before. And I'll never see this place anymore. Cause my faith is getting stronger every day. I'm removing everything that's my way. And the fact that I survived another day makes me say, why not me? For so long we say, why me, why me? Why did this person do this? Why did this happen to me? Why did I go through this? But if you could just change your mindset about it and say, why not me?
Right.
None of us could ever escape tragedy, no matter what we do. We can do everything right. You can cross all your T's and dot all your I's. But tragedy, misfortune, something bad is going to happen to you.
Absolutely.
Even at your best, something bad is going to happen to you. So we owe it to ourselves, and it's our responsibility to equip ourselves to be able to handle it when it happens. And so why not me is just that song for me.
You really are a genuine person outside of ministry. You know what I mean? And that's what makes your ministry effective. But that stems from your family. All of them. Everybody is just genuine in who they are. And see, I remember seeing you on Sunday's Best. I said, she gonna win, y'all. Y'all don't even know. I'm sitting back like, yup. I knew, boom, yup. Boom, here we go again. I was sitting there like, y'all, this has been predestined in her life from years ago.
It seems it just won't come.
After that exposure, after that happens, it's not over for you. But it may take some time for you to recover.
And it seems that you are done. But the devil, he is a liar and a deceiver too. 'Cause God is not through blessing you.
2013, I was in hair school. I had did a couple of plays here and there. You know, I did some stuff here and there, but music just wasn't popping for me. So I went to a cosmetology school. All I could think about was music. Just like in singing, right? If I'm singing and I hit an off note or I do a bad run, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do that same run again and I'm going to execute it. Then you're going to forget that I messed up.
Come on.
So your mess up, your mistake, it doesn't have to be the totality of who you are. Your next move, though, after that mess up, after you expose, after you get caught in a scandal, after you do something and you're like, I know I should not have done that. I'm embarrassed. I'm humiliated. Your next move has to be so strategic and big and major and just stupid to the point where people forget that you did that.
Come on.
Blessing you.
Family friend called me and said, I want to see you go audition for Sunday Best. I flew to Houston, Texas to audition for Sunday Best at Bishop Ivy Children's Church. Out of almost 5,000 people, my number was 4,113. After the top 100, they had to narrow it down to the top 20. I was number 21. I was an alternate.
but somebody couldn't pass a background check because they had a felony. So the last day that the list had to be turned into the network, my name got moved up to number 20. I'm showing you how God is working behind the scenes.
I've seen lives changed. I've seen people realize that it's possible for them to do the same thing, just giving them hope.
Yep.
And I've always been an open book. And I believe that's one of the reasons why I won Sunday Best. It wasn't because of my singing.
I didn't go into it thinking I was the best singer on the show. Because God had already revealed to me that I'm letting you win this show so you can travel the world and tell your story. It wasn't about music. Singing is just a tool for me to get in front of people. I know what my purpose is. It's to tell people that you can overcome anything that you could ever be faced with in your life. No matter what it is, molestation, rape, poverty, incarceration, no matter what, abandonment, rejection, you are equipped. I've never been to a rehab, but I'm celebrating 15 years clean of a cocaine addiction.
God has given me courage, and other women are being helped because of my testimony, so I tell it wherever I go, and I'm not ashamed of it, and I don't have any guilt or, any shame. God has brought me out, and I'm happy.
And how he moves through you, which makes you you, which makes you different, and other people love that about you.
That's what a lot of the young women say. It's like, when I saw you, you helped me build up my confidence, and you let me know it's okay to be, saved, to have fun and be fly and laugh.
I feel like chasing the sun. I feel like chasing the sun. It's been
the impact that I had. I didn't know the influence that I had. And that's why it's important that you stay rooted and grounded. You surrounding yourself around people that can speak life into you. My accountability circle is so tight and so strong. Jason, we've had those tough conversations.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I can't even talk how we
talk. No.
I can't even say it how we say it.
Yeah.
I can do is say to Jesus, can't even deny it, I'm yours. When I try to hide it, of course, people still can see that I'm yours. Jesus, your voice and all the things you have for me in store, I probably couldn't handle it before.
Tell us real quick, you got a new single out called Holiday Ride. Hey.
La, 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 la. And we just decided to put it out. I'm finally an independent artist for the first time in almost 10 years. This is how God gave it to me, and I just feel that freedom. Like, I'm not making music. Jason, hear me when I say this. I'm not making music to impress people or I'm for my peers.
Yeah.
No, I want to make music for the masses. So sometimes that may be, and I want every singer, songwriter, producer, musician to hear what I'm saying. To make music for the masses, that means you may have to make music you don't like.
Woo.
Because you cannot produce from a place of preference. That's my mindset now when I'm making music. I have to take myself out of the box of church, because I'm not sent to the church. I'm sent to the world. I just happen to be from church.
Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all welcome and thank one more time Tasha Page Lockhart. Go buy everything that she puts out. She's incredible. Get ready for the book. It's going to be incredible. And I'll see you all on the next show of J. Clay's Music Box. God bless you.
Are you ready for one of the most exciting, fun J. Clay's Music Box music shows on the SSC network? Get ready for J. Clay's Music Box. Let's go. Are you ready? Get ready for J. Clay's Music Box. J. Clay's Music Box.